To become a real-life superhero, you first have to become a leader. To become a leader, you have to learn from the best in the world. Anna Godfrey is one of the world's foremost leadership experts, and she's here to walk you along the path to becoming a leadership superhero. Welcome to the Leader More Theory.
Hey everyone, you are listening to the Leader More Theory. To be more, you must leader more. I want to personally thank you for your support. I'm so excited to be here with my guest, Shannon Lemos, and I'm Anna Godfrey. Before we get started, I just want to throw a shout out there to John Lee Dumas in the Podcaster Paradise community. I want to thank you for your amazing support in all of the tutorials. What a great community to be a part of. I love connecting with like-minded people. Speaking of like-minded people, I want to have Shannon introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she does. Her and I are both in network marketing. It's our thing. We love business building and team building, and so we usually call ourselves the twins because we think pretty much the same way. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Shannon, and tell us what you're about.
Hey, twin. Thanks, twin, for having me here today. I'm very honored to be here, and as you said, I can see why we are twins. We do have a passion and we both love what we do. I currently am an independent associate of a health and wellness product called ASEA. It really just allows your body to heal from the inside out and the outside in. I love that I have the opportunity to share that with others to, just help better their health and well-being. And with that also comes financial opportunity.
I'm so excited. I'm going to be trying her product and using it. So
Yay.
I'm going to be one of her best customers.
Yay.
I'm excited about that. I like to begin my podcast segment with a section I called Nerd Girl SEO segment. And I usually give some sort of social media tip or blogging tip. And, both you and I use social media very similarly.
I agree.
I want to talk a minute about how we use social media to build relationships, because I know it's very vital for me as a recruiter and me as a team builder and for me to build team community. So
I agree.
So kind of give me an idea of how you use social media to connect with people.
Well, social media, you can use it for so many things. But number one, I use it as an outsource for me. Like, who am I? When you're working online, people have to be able to connect with you, to understand who you are, maybe what you're passionate about. And so when I'm using that, I'm building, I'm giving of myself. And then that's how I start communicating with people. I follow like-minded people, and that's just a great way for me to connect and reach out to others who are like-minded, who have the same interests as I do. But on an additional level, I use it for our team. We have meetings, we have pages, we have different chat. It's just a way for me and my team, and that's upline, downline, and everything in between, to come together and collaborate and talk, what is our next goals or what is going on new, just to stay connected and help each other grow from each other, if that makes sense.
Yes, that's absolutely making sense to me. I know that what I see on my team is the people who are connecting on social media with us and connecting to calls, and they tend to be more productive.
Yeah.
They tend to have more of a passion for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely see how social media is vital for our business and communication, because I have teams all over the U.S. and Canada and Europe, and this is an easy way for them to stay connected to the rest of the team and not feel like they're alone. So
I agree, and I think that if you have a disconnect, then you're not really growing. So it's a great opportunity, and I know I use it a lot. When I have people, or whether it be upline, downline, their achievements. This is good for your team, because they see, yes, teamwork does work, and you're proud of that accomplishment, and it's going to give you that drive to work a little harder. Think about teamwork. It is, we all have the same goal. We have the same passion. So when you're working as a team and you can connect in this manner in social media, it's just another stepping stone that's going to push you farther, I think, because being connected that will achieve success. Like I said, if there's no communication, then you're not really helping.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You're all on the same wavelength when you're connected together. And I also feel like social media has really helped the health and wellness industry in general for validation.
Yeah.
We can see the excitement around the products. We can see people using the products. We can see people having success with the product.
Yeah.
Have you found that the belief in your product has gone up because of social media?
Absolutely. Visuals. I mean, if you want to bring visuals in, you know what I mean? That's just another, I know for us, we introduced a new product and now it's going through the roof because there are a lot of visuals and it's a way to reach out to people because, they want to see what that product is doing, and it's a great way to get it out there. And then when people begin to share their stories, it's just another way for all those viewers. They may not be on my team now, but they're still looking. They're curious. It might be something of interest to them. So of course, sharing that, online is only, in my opinion, been a huge benefit. I mean, it just opens another door. It doesn't take place of face-to-face, I don't think, but it definitely really helped. I don't know what I'm trying to say at the end, but it really helped.
Yeah, it does really help.
I lost my train of thought a second.
That's okay. I think that the testimonies and the stories and the personal connection to those stories really helps with any kind of business. If somebody can relate to your story, or like if you have a personal product testimony and they need that to happen to them, they can relate to you. And I think that, again, that's another level of validation for them, another way for them to relate and connect and get excited about it.
Exactly. I agree with you.
While we're kind of on the subject of relationships, what importance do you place on the relationship between you and the upline?
That is that's huge and very important to me because number one, I think that you have to be able to trust your team, and I think that you have to, really, like I said, have that same passion and connection and the same goals. So my upline are people that I trust and respect. For me, they haven't let me down. I feel like I can always go, and like I said, my team from Sweden, Norway, and there's like 6-hour gaps, but I tell you what, if I have a question, it's going to be answered. And they're always still continuing to talk to me every day and just, encouragement and new tips, new tricks, what's going on. I need to have that from them as well as, when you're learning from your upline, there's steps. And if they can teach you and you can duplicate it, then that's awesome. You know what I mean? So you just are taking that information, then you pass it down. But I think you always have to stay connected with your upline, always. They're just so important. And it's funny, I call them upline, and they've become friends to me. I mean, I love when I see, them hit another level. Because that means that I've done something right and my team has done something right. And so it's almost like, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's more than a friendship. It's like a family. It's a community that we're all working together. So, my upline is just as important as my downline to me.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I learned so much from my upline and her upline. And when I was beginning the business that I'm in, I said, I'm going to follow you guys around and stalk you until I make it. And that's exactly what I did. If they said to be somewhere, I was there. If they said to be on a call, I was listening to it.
Exactly.
If they said, we're going to go do this, we went and did it. No matter how crazy it was. And it usually works out.
It's those people that push you, right?
Yes.
It's those people that are taking you out of, and that's another thing. It's the people that are taking you out of the comfort zone. And anyone who knows me knows that I had to be pushed on a few things. Face-to-face I was always better online than I was face-to-face. But a challenge for me was getting to that face-to-face. And because of my upline, they really encouraged and pushed and pushed and pushed and made me do it. And now, today, I'm grateful that they've done that because, yes, they are right. I mean, so you have to take that. And I know that they care about me enough to push. And that's the beauty of, once again, teamwork. They have to believe in you and they're giving themselves to you just as you need to pass that forward. I'm like a sponge when it comes to my upline. Yeah, it's definitely important, like you said.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned steps earlier, because we have like a step system that we call it steps to success, and it's duplicatable, and it's so easy to take that and pass that down to our downline. And duplication is so important to a team. You have to be able to duplicate the success that you're having, because success is teachable. And teach that to your teams and your leaders and duplicate that down. And if you can train your team to be leaders and just duplicate the simple, successful steps, your team's going to be strong no matter how deep you go, no matter how wide you go.
Exactly. And I agree with you there too. We were talking a little earlier, and it was just keep it simple. Duplication should be simple, and I think some people make it more difficult than what it is. And like I said, if you just take what you've learned, follow the steps, and then pass it forward, it may take time, but if you stick with it, it just gets easier and easier and easier to do.
Yeah, no, it absolutely makes sense. If you're making it complicated than it is, then your team's going to make it more complicated than it is. And you're just going to do everything that you do, and it's your job to keep things simple for them.
Exactly. More complicated it is. Like you said, it almost scares them away. It's not even scares them away. It's just like, why would they do? Like, they make it too hard. So why would you do it? So no. Simple is best.
Definitely. And you'd mentioned earlier about goals and goals. Talk a little bit about the importance of goal setting and having a common goal. That way to help bring the team together.
Well, like ours, and I'm sure like yours, like you said, we all have steps and different goals to reach and different levels that you can go, and so on and so forth. So, we talked about accountability partners, and that's true. When as a team, you get your first goal, you need to get, let's say, X amount of people, and then you need to train those people. You know what I mean? So no matter what, you're always, and that's what happened to me with the upline, that it's just a natural process. But yeah, set yourself a goal and then do it. For me, I'm getting a lot better at the goal setting as far as pushing the team a little bit more, but say, hey, I need to get these 4 people. How quick do you think we can get this done? You know what I mean? And then of course you've got to help them accomplish that. And then, then after we've accomplished that step, then you move to the next. But it's always important to give yourself a goal and at least strive for that goal. And, no matter what, if you're taking daily action to get it, you're going to get there. No matter how fast or slow you go, you'll get there.
In network marketing, business is completely dependent on teamwork.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm not making money, you're not making money. And if they're not making money, I'm not making money. So you have to have a common goal. You have to care about each other's goals.
Yeah. For me, it took, do you know what? For me, before I got to where I am now, because I've had, I've dabbled in a few other things, but it was once everything clicked for me, it was like one day I had this aha moment. It was the moment when you have to realize it's not about you, it's about we. You have to take the I out of it completely. And because there is no I, because you'll never be a success, if it's not we. It's teamwork. You all have to work together. And then if that happens, then you all will be very successful, but it's the matter that you just have to work together as a team and strive. And like you said, I will never make money if my downline isn't working, so I have to push them to move me up and then help them and their team's going to do the same. And it's a natural, progression. It's just, the clicking and it's that aha moment. It's not about I, it is about we,
Absolutely. Once you decide that your business is about other people, it's going to explode.
It is. And you have to be passionate about it too, though, right?
Yeah.
And that's absolutely another thing. I think that if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to work as hard for your team. That's why I think it's so important for people to find what they're passionate about. Do you love what you're doing? Do you love being able to, connect with other people and help them grow? Because I love seeing people that are successful, ahead of me. And then I also love being able to see my downline reach that success. So it's all very exciting for me on all different levels. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with that passion part because, if you don't like doing it, then why are you doing it?
Exactly.
You need to know why you're doing this business and why you like doing this business, because if you don't like doing it, you might even be happier with just a regular job.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so there's no point in doing something if you don't like doing something. Yeah. And another part about teamwork and relationship and having a common goal, I feel like the personal development piece is a huge part of this business.
Oh yeah.
This is a personal development program with a compensation plan, basically.
Yeah.
Your team is only going to grow as far as the leader.
Yeah.
So if the leader stops growing personally, the whole team is going to stop growing personally. If the leader can't pull themselves out of those down times,
right,
and grow past it and get over themselves, their team isn't going to know how to get over themselves.
Exactly. That is such a valid point. And I agree with that 100%. And I don't know. I don't know if I could have said it better, actually, Anna. You did great there.
Yeah. What kind of things do you do for personal development and maybe like pulling yourself out of those downtimes?
For me, every day, I will be honest, I'm a quote girl. I love quotes. I look at them, like the first thing I do in the morning with my cup of coffee is I will get up and I will read quotes over and over and over again that day. For me, it's just inspiring. It's a reminder. It's just getting my mindset ready for the day. I also there's a lot of things I do, even listening to music, but anything that I do has to start on a positive note. And for me, that's what I need. I need those motivations. I need to read books, even if it's like a book and I'm only reading like a paragraph or a page of that book. It's just something to get me motivated, started, and inspired to go out and do it. And it's a reminder for me why I'm doing it too, So that's kind of what I do. I'm a inspiration junkie.
Yeah, me too. I like to listen to books.
Yeah.
I have a newfound love for Audible.
Yeah.
And so I love listening to, books and CDs in my car. I pick up little things here and there, and that kind of gives me ideas for that day and things I can pass down to my team.
Yeah.
Again, if we're not always learning, how are we going to teach our team?
Exactly. And once again, too, like I said, as far as like the team stuff too, I'll go out and look for, different testimonials that day. I mean, some of these testimonials blow me away, and they really, it's like that slap in the face that, yes, I love what I'm doing and I love hearing these stories, and it gets me energized to go and spread it. And then of course, yes, you'll pass that on to your team and they're like, wow, that's amazing, So there's a lot of things that I do to try to stay on a positive note or focus, depending on what that day is going to be.
To kind of tie it all up, do you have any great quotes on teamwork or any favorite quote that you really live by?
The one that I really love, there's a lot out there, but the one that I really, really love, it says, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. I love that. It's by Henry Ford, I believe. And it's something that I personally have this written down everywhere. So that to me is a team. We all started somewhere, whether it would be like we connected somehow, and that's probably because we are like-minded. And then you have to keep that progress going, work together as a team. And then from there, you will grow together towards success. And I think that you need to have all three of those to, make it happen. Teamwork to make the dream work.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. I want to thank Shannon for joining us here on the Leader More Theory. To be more, you must leader more. And this was all about teamwork and relationship building and how that makes the dream work. So thank you so much for joining me here on the Leader More Theory.
Do you feel like a true leadership superhero now? That's great, but there's still more to do. Head over to annagodfrey.com/free book and download Superhero Leadership, the super book for the leadership mindset right now. It's absolutely free and it'll change your life. We'll see you next time on the Leader More Theory.